Disclaimer: this video is for historical and educational purposes only. Interview with Jerry J Holloway, taken years ago, by Donrest. Who was your first dog? I was given my first dog by an old dogman named Jim Searcy. Jim was from Chattanooga, TN. The first dog I got was Smokey from A.D. Braswell. He used to pull my 3 children on a wooden sled with cement blocks. I built the sled for him. How long have you been interested in these dogs? I've been in the dogs way over 40 years. When and where was your son Jerry Jr. born, and how many children do you have? He was born July 20, 1959 in Andrews, TX, 4 boys and 1 girl, 4 steps, 1 boy and 3 girls. What dogmen have you known and stand out from the rest? Jim Searcy. I got to know H.A. Smale from Ohio, Tom Sitzes, Pat Sitzes, Ed Crenshaw, A.D. Braswell from Andrews, Texas, where Smokey came from. He won 4 against Ed Crenshaw, Howard Teal, Bill Cotton, John Cotton, Jim Taylor, Maurice Carver, Pete Sparks, Floyd Boudreau, Earl Skinner, Jerry Coates, Howard Heinzel. Who was your all-time favorite dog? My old Dean bitch, sister to Boudreau Blind Billy, double-bred Dibbo by Tudor's Dibbo. Don Maloney and Don Mayfield had dogs down from Dibbo. Don Maloney told me to go get Dean from Earl Skinner. What type of conditioning have you done with the dogs? In the old days it was road work, and in fields. Now I build, use, and sell treadmills for $1,500, carpet mills for $300, with the same keep I use included? Can you recall any roles or matches you have seen? Once at a convention I told a bunch of N.S. that my dog would whoop any N.S. dog, and I would whoop any N. I then beat 5 N.S. won 3 to 5 money rolls with ages 1.5 to 2 years against acquaintances of Ed Crenshaw and myself, friends out of New Mexico in a ball field across the street. Also Whoop Jr., Bush with Smokey and with Gator. Also a dog named Rose who I called Screaming Mama. Jim Taylor brothers out of Mississippi, George Sadler. Screaming Mama beat Stosh, a Corvino-bred dog raised by John Cotton. Did you along with Boudreau and Hornsby own Boudreau Prissy? Yes, I bred her with Floyd knowing, to get Prissy too. Prissy was really Boudreau's spook, and Floyd called her Sissy. She was older, and he didn't want anyone to know I really had spook. I called her Prissy. Lester told me Poison Eye is a winner of many. I've talked to a few men and registries who have either known the dogs in Prissy's pedigree, or have researched the pedigree, and they swear up and down it's right the way it is. I'm just telling you, it's Spook Sissy. What can you tell me about the Boudreau-bred, Holloway's bud? I didn't really like but he screamed while fighting. He was a mouth dog, and a good dog. He won many, and was undefeated for me. When and where were you born and did you fight pro? October 5, 1933, born and raised in Tennessee, fought in Florida 5 years, but Tom Waite. Who do you believe keeps some of the better game dogs in the country now? Dogs from Florida, Oiler dogs, they say there is game a dog living. Mountain Man has some of the gamest dogs living. Homer is undefeated in about 7 matches. Dogs from Boudreau, George Long with the red boy blood. Did you know Leo Kennard? I used to hang out with Leo at Leo's house just like it was my daddy's. Leo gave me a dog called Tilly, went in against a red bitch, and won in 3 to 4 minutes. I see you as handler, referee, etc. in Your Friend and Mine by Pete Sparks long ago. Am I right? Yes, that was me. What do you like most about the dogs? I like a game dog. Have you known anyone with Gamecocks? Oh yeah, I know someone with Blue Grays, Piles. He won 500 to 600 matches in a season. To pick the best he tests with muffs. He fights with blades. Jake Sperling, he's a bootlegger. What type of medical have you done on your dogs? I do all my medical, stitching, worming, shots, IVs, shots in the heart to save a down dog. What is the average number of dogs you've kept on your yard over the years? Hardly ever over 10, once in a while 12 to 15 with pups. If you could wish one thing for these dogs, what would it be? I'd like to see it carried on by men that believe in a dog, and not just winning. What other animals have you and your family owned? We never owned nothing but pits, said Jerry Jr. We never owned anything else, said Jerry. What do you feed your dogs? Cheap food 17%. If you feed high protein they'll be eating their stool 26 to 30% when conditioning. What incident from the past stands out with the dogs? John Cotton couldn't believe it, but I went in against Junior. Bush 2 to 3 to 1, 4 to 6 pounds light. Went uphill to beat Junior with Gator in 1 hour and 12 minutes. What ways do you test gameness? I can't find out how game they are. Most of my dogs bite so hard right off the chain. I don't like to roll a dog to death. The more you roll one, the more likely he is to quit in the pit. Do you prefer chains, cables, or cages? Chains and cages for brood females, or pups, said Jerry Jr. How much do you plan on being involved in the dogs in the future? I've pretty much gone as far as I can. The bitches I have in my yard are about the best there is. I will continue with the dogs. Thanks for the interview, and for Jerry's keep, which will not be included with this interview.